That's the easy one. Try Wendy's hot and crispy fries. Prefer almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's.
My asthma felt anything but normal. A blood test helped show my asthma is driven by eosinophils, which Nucala helps reduce. Nucala is a once-monthly oral injection for severe eosinophilic asthma. Nucala is not for sudden breathing problems. Allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Infections that can cause shingles have occurred. Don't stop steroids unless told by your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. May cause headache, injection site reactions, back pain, and fatigue. Ask your asthma specialist about a new normal with Nucala.
Migraine hits hard, so you hit back with Ubrelvy. You level up. You won't take a time out. One dose of Ubrelvy works fast. It can quickly stop migraine in its tracks within 2 hours without worrying if it's too late or where you are.
Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks a protein believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong 6-3-8-4 inhibitors. Most common side effects are nausea and tiredness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn your acting to help you save. Ask about Ubrelvy anytime, anywhere migraine hurts.
Next, you sure you want to do this after what happened last time?
AEW returns to Los Angeles for an explosive night, featuring the Escalera de la Muerte for the World Trios Championship. Wasted and Dynamite live next on TBS.
Honey, home. You have fun today?
Yes, and I have a surprise for you.
Please be Cinderella, please be Cinderella.
What a year 2022 was in the world of professional wrestling. Now a week and a half into the new year here in 2023. What a kickstart to the new year. Thank you for tuning in and watching. We'll get more into that later if I feel like it. But I'll say this to start off regarding rumors floating around. I honestly don't know what to think, so we'll see what happens, but I'll leave it at that. No further comment. But we're going to watch AEW Dynamite tonight. Pretty good card. Got a singles match with Bryan Danielson and Takeshita, along with Jon Moxley and Hangman Adam Page. But the 7th and final match in the best of 7 series for the AEW World Trios titles as well, with Death Triangle and the Elite. So we're gonna light the fuse and break the boom. Dynamite, AEW Dynamite in SoCal. It's Wednesday, you know what that means. So this is the second show with the new look. Like I said, it feels very SmackDown Live-esque from 2016 with the entrance. The color scheme's, of course, different rather than the dark indie look, indie feel that AEW's had since they began 4 years ago. They've spiced it up, and now here comes Jon Moxley. As always, I'm sure, I know for a fact there's a bitch in Cleveland, Ohio, a blonde bitch at that hates this fucking song. So Moxley 5 straight wins, and Wild Thing making his entrance. This is a rematch from a couple months ago, as they're finally just now getting around to it because of Hangman Adam Page being injured. But yeah, they're back in LA the first time since after Double or Nothing last year. And that's when, of course, MJF called Tony Khan fucking Mark. So we'll see what Moxley has to say if he says anything all night, along with MJF, for that matter, Max Caster, Chris Jericho, to name a few. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. But yeah, it's been an interesting 24 hours or so, to say the least, in pro wrestling. With this, that, and they actually did change up the barricade this week. I don't know why the hell they didn't do that last week, unless it wasn't ready. Because they still had the black indie barricade, which it's still the same design, it's just with the cover. It has the same color scheme as with the red, white, and blue that the entrance has now, as we get Pyro with Hangman Adam Page here. First match since being injured. Yeah, it was a Tuesday night Dynamite because of baseball playoffs. and it was for the world title. They got the full gear after Moxley retained, then drops the title to MJF, and almost 2 months later, voila, here we are. But this match can kick off the show. But yeah, Hangman was hurt, had a concussion, and like I said, they're just now getting around to it because of that. But bell rings, match underway, and here we go. They go right after each other. Rights and lefts, and now into the corner, reverse. So we'll see who comes out on top. Be interesting, to say the least, in that regard as well. But I mean, both sort of need wins, but both honestly could afford losses as well. Cowboy shit chant from the crowd. So yeah, as we went frog hunting Monday night across the street, we're at the forum for AEW Dynamite. We'll see how much of an ass kicking these two give each other. As they'll hear in a second run by the bottom left hand of your screen what else is still to come tonight. We'll also, before they get to that though, I'll add in, we'll hear from Chris Jericho and JS, as the other day they were involved in PWG, so we'll see if from there to here that is going to continue. But it seems like tonight the Moxley chant now from the crowd as well, as he's talking shit to Hangman behind his back into the corner. That the ringside area, there's a little bit more room than there normally is. It's a little wider. I don't know if it just looks like that because the colors now on the barricade are making it pop more, or what the case is. But yeah, they, with a new look, new design Dynamite that began last week, as he scratches the back and now he's biting them. Who's going to bleed first is the big question. Vertical suplex off the top rope. And a cover, one, and a kick out. So, armbar. Of course, we have Excalibur, Taz, and Shivani on commentary. JR will be out later for Rampage. They had a live Rampage and Battle of the Belts last week, but they'll be back on taping Rampage for a good month and a half, 2 months or so, as they'll be staying out west from now until Revolution for the most part. Do come back to the Midwest time or two, but like I've been saying the past couple weeks, it's been a while since I've attended an AEW show, and it's going to be even longer before I go back to another one, because they're just not in the area anytime soon, because they're out west. As it's just a little past 8 p.m. Eastern time here, but 5 local. And there's a tag match as well. They're calling Jungle Boy and Hook Jungle Hook. We'll hear from MJF tonight as well. That's an add-in. Of course, you got to have him on the card as a world champion at some point in time, you think. Yeah, women's tag match that, we'll see if it's Toni Storm as Paige Soraya's partner or not. And then the main event, yeah, Death Triangle and the Elite. A ladder of death match, a death ladder match with Death Triangle. So, get more into all that in a minute, but yeah, we'll see who wins this. Clothesline now. Reverse. Back body drop. Yeah, the new entrance, the new look, it's just one big screen in the middle, one entrance rather than the 2 tunnels. Like I said, it's very SmackDown Live-esque from 2016 when they were live on Tuesday nights. And then Dynamite, new color scheme rather than just the black it's been, as mentioned. It's, of course, still on TBS and TNT for Warner Brothers. That barricade's, at least from that shot, does look different now too, rather than what it used to be. It does look like boards rather than the metal barricade that it's been. But yeah, they have the red, white, and blue aspect to it now. So God bless USA as well. But Hangman in control here, but Moxley are the big clothesline. And yeah, concussion. Last time that happened, kick out at 2, another pin, kick out at 2 again. And they'll go to a split screen commercial here, picture in picture, as he starts elbowing him. Forearm, punch him in the face, and now he's going to stomp his head in. So hashtag AEW Dynamite. Of course, as always, when you share on social media, and once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cohen Luke96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below, the thumbs up button. Share hashtag AEW, hashtag AEW Dynamite. Chat questions and comments, super chat, super stickers, super likes. Super thanks, always great appreciated as well. So, as this match kicks off the show, Jon Moxley and Hangman Adam Page, tonight we'll also see, as mentioned, Bryan Danielson and Takeshita, stuttering like the purple hat wearing Jake Hager. But we'll also hear from the JAS, and like I said, with them coming off of what happened at PWG this past weekend, we'll see if there's going to be some continuation from that or not. And like I said, with everything that's been in the news and wrestling recently, Moxley's won along with Chris Jericho, but then Max Caster for sure at MJF as well. We'll see what they have to say. Little tidbits here and there, dropping this, dropping that, for a cheap plug, if you will, but a shot, more so than not, but then the truth at the same point in time, depending on how it's worded and how it comes across. But, Moxley and Hangman, Danielson and Takeshita, who signed on with AEW now full-time. We'll see what happens with Jay White, as it seems like he'll be leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling. Of course, most recently coming through the Forbidden Door to AEW last year. But we'll also hear from MJF and the JAS. We'll have a tag match as we're back from break already. That was a quick split-screen commercial. They love going to split-screen commercials, though, let me tell you. And Excalibur's either hitting his spot or he's not. But Moxley and Hangman continues. The tag match, as of course you had Hookhausen with Danhausen and Hook. Now it's Jungle Hook with Jungle Boy and Hook. So we'll see how long this lasts. But they'll be taking on Big Cass, William Morrissey, who's now Big Bill, with Little Bill ringside, but Big Bill and Lee Moore are already teaming up out of the firm to take on Jungle Hook. What else we got? The women's tag match is going to have eyeballs for sure. Of course, following last week's interview, but then, months of speculation on who Paige Saraya's partner is going to be tonight, as they continue to promote where they're going to be at from now until early spring, as we're into the new year now. But, some people have been saying it's going to be boss time. Some people saying it's not going to be boss time. We'll see what Sheeta does, because she had a look on her face last week that, Paige Saraya just went ahead and picked Tony Storm out of the blue. So we'll see if there's some sort of altercation there. And then that spot's open, and then, maybe somebody comes out, maybe somebody doesn't. We'll see. Because this is now, we'll see what's at 9 o'clock hour. I'd have to think it's going to be hearing from MJF. If it's not a match, maybe the JAS with Chris Jericho. Lands on his feet, clothesline. But it very well could be that women's tag match along with Danielson and Takeshita. So we'll see. But the main event is, in fact, once again, the 7th and final match in the best of 7 series that started right after Full Gear. So we're, going on a good 2 months now. Now with the new IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion as well, and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, the Elite, they tied it at 3 recently, of course, coming off of Wrestle Kingdom last weekend as well. They'll go up against Death Triangle for the World Trios titles as Moxley with a cover, 1, 2, and then Hangman kicks out. But that match will be Escalara de la Muerte, which means death ladder death match. So that'll be the main event. And I'd have to think we're going to have new World Trios champions here tonight, as of course the Elite were the inaugural champs, but then had the titles stripped following All Out back in September. They were suspended, of course, returned at Full Gear, as they've been carrying on since. Of course, Omega's the new IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion once again, defeating Will Ospreay recently, like I said last week at Wrestle Kingdom 17. But, they had that rematch at Full Gear, and surprisingly, Death Triangle retained, but then since then we've had the best of 7, and they were up 2-0, and then 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, and then the Elite tied it at 3-3. And they've really gone in on, making it a sport type of feel, for a best of 7 series that you see in other sports, hence, why they have old NBA theme music for that current feud that's been ongoing. That they've had a couple regular trios matches, but then recently, as tonight will be a ladder match that the Bucks of Youth and Lucha Brothers had at a previous AEW pay-per-view, I might add as well. But they've had a no DQ match recently as well. But Moxley flipping off the crowd as the crowd's chanting cowboy shit. Hangman starting to fight back. Honestly, looking ahead, they could have Hangman win this. Moxley then does take the time off that he was, going to get from All Out to Full Gear that he never did because then he re-won the world title. There's a drop right on the head and then a stomp. Good vision there by Moxley. And now the ref's starting to count at 2. Get these guys back to their feet, make it a 3 count. Crowd chanting along. Make it 5 now. Of course, they have to get up by 10. They're on their knees, and now, hey, come on. Let's go to town and let's punch the shit out of each other. That's exactly what they're going to do. Yeah, no shit he's hit him off the floor. But boo and yays as well, I might add. Headbutt. Surprised nobody's bleeding yet. I am. As Moxley says it's over. But Hangman headbutts him back. Slap. Now they're just slapping each other. Alright. And crowd on their feet, loving every minute of it. Off the ropes. Clothesline, yes. And there's the finish. If it hits 1, 2, 3, and Hangman defeats Jon Moxley to kick off Dynamite tonight. Felt like the finish was rushed. But, I mean, normally the opening contest sometimes they go 15, 20 minutes, and, we're right in the middle of that right now. What does that sign say? But Hangman with the win. He's going to get on the mic now. He's going to get up in the corner and pose. And crowd likes it, seems like. We'll hear from MJF still to come tonight. What else we got? Yeah, Bryan Danielson and Takeshita. Music stops. And now Moxley rolls out of the ring. He's trying to, but then the ref was tackled by him or something, and now the medical is getting out there to check on him. And then Moxley's like, what happened? So they're going to sell that he has a concussion now. Hangman going to exit the ring, and more Dynamite still to come. They'll keep an eye on it as Hangman walks off. Yeah, that was a little awkward with what happened right there. I don't know what to say. We'll have to see how they play that. Because it seemed like Moxley was getting out of the ring, and then the ref, or he, I don't know, we'll see if they have a shot of it. Somebody seemingly tackled one another. And then medical got in there and checked on him. Then you can read his lips, what happened. He's in shock that he lost, though. Because he seemed fine on the pin. But yeah, like I said, they might play it off as now that he's hurt, now he might take the time off that he was supposed to for 6 weeks or so back in the fall that he never, once again got because he held down the fort as world champion. Put over MJF in something CM Punk was supposed to do, it felt like. But that's neither here nor there. We'll see if he ever returns to pro wrestling. But yeah, we'll hear from MJF still to come tonight, they said. With Bryan recently beating Ethan Page, there's them two, of course, but then Wardlow as well. Those three in general should be next in line, in my opinion. For MJF's world title. And then you can throw Punk in the mix too if he'd be coming back at any point in time, because this is the same spot sort of when he got hurt and then was out for the most part all summer, coming off of Double or Nothing, same place where once again MJF called Tony Khan a fucking mark on live TV. So yeah, we'll see what else happens, but that's what they have penciled in. We'll see if they add anything else. I'm sure they're going to give us a couple backstage segments with interviews with Renee and potentially Shivani as well. And then we'll see what they announce for Rampage and then, next week on Dynamite. But if anybody, like I said, talking in the mic tonight, interested to see what they have to say. It would be Jon Moxley, but he didn't say anything other than what happened, after the match. But I think that they're playing that off that he's hurt. That storyline. He might be hurt, though, for all we know. I don't know. Back to commentary, Excalibur and Taz. Yeah, so they're saying Moxley's been attended to. And they don't want to speculate, but because you don't want to see anybody get hurt for that matter. But yeah, it feels like they're just going to add this into a story, and now Moxley's hurt. But he, also could be injured, hopefully not, but Shivani now in the ring, going to have an interview. But what's Jericho going to say? What's MJF going to say? And with the Acclaim, Max Caster, listen, tonight or on Rampage, what the hell is he going to have to say about everything? This is Shivani. Oh, shit. It's all about the boom, and Adam Cole, baby, is back. It's been a while. Boom. Crowd, along with myself. Yeah, that's a big pop for sure. There's a sign that says Saudi and Usi, I think. front row on the side of the ramp as Adam Cole makes his entrance. Boom! Oh, Adam Cole, baby. If only Kyle O'Reilly wasn't injured as well and they didn't get rid of Bobby Fish. But Cole's going to be all right by himself. So we'll see if they have a plan for him. But he's going to cut a promo. And a welcome back chant. It's been, shit, how long? Summertime? Give or take? Late summer? You know, a good, I think, 6 months. It's story time with Adam Cole, baby. So what's he going to have to say now? Is it time to play the game? Somebody's coming out. Good news and bad news. All right. Adam Cole has a whole new appreciation.
When I was 9 years old, all I ever wanted to do was be a professional wrestler, and I've got to do some really, really awesome stuff.
You can add his name to the
And I'm here at AEW, the best
world title contender list.
company on the planet in Los Angeles.
Yeah, wasn't he found dead backstage at PWG? Wink, wink.
It also made me realize how much I miss getting to be here.
So he's back in LA.
Because the past
He's back in AEW.
I was really, really banged up, everybody.
Really banged up.
It was torn to shreds, more importantly,
Shoulder injury.
back-to-back, very serious head injuries.
2 back-to-back head injuries.
To be honest, I was really, really scared.
He was scared.
Doctors multiple times a week. I was getting MRIs done to my brain. I had headaches. I had dizzy spells multiple times a day. If I was in a car for more than 15 minutes, I felt like, and sometimes did, vomit.
Oh, shit.
But the worst part was the sleep. Because I would
The sleep, I mean,
all over the place, anxiety high, and I couldn't figure out why. I'd have to get up at 3, 4 in the morning and pace back and forth with my heart racing out of my chest. Brent would wake up and go, oh my
yeah, I was just about ready to say,
God, and I would look at her with a tear.
I didn't know if he was going to bring her into this or not, but, he's sleeping beside her every fucking night. Why does he have problems sleeping? But he'd get up in the middle of the night and she'd be concerned, and
None of you knew what was happening to me either, but so many of you were there for me.
he's going to turn. He's going to turn.
Every single
He's
things like I miss Adam Cole.
egging us on that, hey, we were there for him.
All right.
Yeah, he's going to turn heel here in a minute.
I don't care if Adam Cole never wrestles again.
He doesn't care if Adam Cole ever wrestles again.
The world to me.
But saying, basically with what us fans have been sticking up for him, meant the world to him.
Situation. We give you every
Somebody's coming out. Who the hell is?
lives, and in turn, you show us appreciation.
MJF potentially? Hear from him?
Giving you nothing.
Last week they did, promos together.
Still there for me. For that, I am
2 birds with 1 stone, and canceled out the segments basically. Adam Cole says thank you long term though. That Shotzi sitting front row. Adam Cole chant now from the crowd. As he shocked all of us coming out tonight for sure. So that's one big return. Are we getting another big return or debut or anything like that tonight? We'll see. Bad news now. What's the bad news? Thing is, bad news, it's not for me. Oh shit. Who is it for? Who's he calling out? It's for the AEW locker room. Adam Cole's back. He's not going anywhere. This is good. This is good. His career was over. It's finished. He's back. No way. No chance in hell. Yep. Yep. Do you blame him? He's not going to stop until he's the very best. Let's get real. Adam Cole hasn't even scratched the surface yet. I mean, hell, he's only been in the company a year and a half. And, you know, that half's, you know, been injured. We're going to remember Adam Cole coming back for sure. New Adam Cole is born. All right. And Adam Cole's going to make a promise. One day, how long it takes, one man. Top of the mountain, it's going to be me. Is Adam Cole, baby. That was good. And you damn know for sure now it's all about the bill. All right. Yeah, he'll be fine by himself. He was fine by himself even before Red Dragon hooked up with him, you know. Wasn't expecting that. I think anybody was. See, that's the thing with, you know, the dirt sheets nowadays. Seems like they ruin fucking everything, you know? Like, you want to live for these surprises, these returns. Yo, listen, here's Max Caster. They're backstage. Roseanne, Alec Baldwin, and Trump. And Daddy Ass's boy, Johnny Depp. So the Acclaimed are getting stars on the Walk of Fame. Everyone loves the Acclaimed, and yeah, scissor me. And now here comes the Firm. Big Bill, Little Bill, and Lee Moriarty. They'll take on Jungle Hook. And Justin Roberts is back. I might add, as the ring announcer. Dasha just, you know, she just can't cut it as good as Justin Roberts in AEW. It just doesn't have the power. But yeah, they went from Big Cass to William Morrissey. Now he's Big Bill. Big Bill. You couldn't have come up with something better than Big Bill. Especially when you have Stokely as Little Bill. Okay? Like, you just can't write this shit. Can't make it up. Here comes Hook. He's the FTW champ. As Jungle Boy's back home as well. We'll talk about, you know, the Acclaimed getting a star. course, Jungle Boy's dad is father, late great Luke Perry. But whoa, they'll win this with ease. They'll, with Big Bill and Moriarty, get screwed over one way or another. Yeah, there's no way in hell Jungle Boy and Jungle Hook are gonna lose this. But then, of course, you could have them potentially feud. You know, I mean, they had Hookhausen together and then never did anything, you know, which is fine. You know, Hook's been FTW champion, but honestly, what's he done as FTW champion other than win? Exactly. Not a hell of a lot. So, I get the FTW championship once again is not, regulated under AEW. Is Jungle Boy's mom and sister front row? Where's Christian at when you need him? Oh, Wendy. Of course, Joe cut off Wardlow's ponytail recently as well, but then lost the TNT title last week to Darby. We'll see if they added anything else. As the Adam Cole promo was a filler in between the opening contest and now this tag match that was announced, but just that was added in because it's a surprise, and it caught us all off guard, I thought. As they can promote where they're going to be at. Yeah, they're in LA tonight. As of course they were in Seattle last week. They'll be Fresno to the Bluegrass State to OHIO, and then down to Texas for a couple weeks again, back out west into the desert, and then to the Bay Area for Revolution, which is now less than 2 months away. They'll have TV specials from now until then. That's what they had in December, of course. Winter is Coming, Holiday Bash, and then New Year's Smash. Did 2 of the 3 of those, and then last week are on as well for the new era of Dynamite with the new look, and then now, figuring tonight's going to be a big show. Well, here we are again. So they should have a beach break or a wrestling bowl of some sort, potentially the next, month or so. But yeah, Revolution under 2 months away. Might add for that Bryan Danielson match against Takeshita tonight. He has to win every match he's in from now until the middle of next month, which he will. They'll make sure he does just that. They want to put that stipulation to it if he won it, because then he's going to challenge MJF for the world title at Revolution in a 60-minute Iron Man match. So, Big Bill with a... No, as Hook makes a save. So, Jungle Boy and Moriarty legal in the ring. Yeah, Big Bill's already a clothesline, or chokeslam, as he tags in now. Jungle Boy in the ring, but then Hook made the save. Like I said, you couldn't come up with a better fucking name than Big Bill. Like, seriously, what kind of cartoon shit is this? That's pretty funny though. He does the oh, and then tells him to shove it. He was good because he had Enzo by his side, but what's he done since? But like I said, yeah, you just can't write this shit, because then you have Stokely as Little Bill, right in his corner. And Cosby wants to go back out on tour. Well, he's on Dynamite tonight. As we go to break. So another split screen commercial, and we'll get back to the action momentarily. So, as always, just once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. And let me know in the comments below what you thought of the show thus far. I'm sure got the thumbs up button. But who you think's going to win this match? But overall in the main event tonight, who's going to win the World Trios titles as well between Death Triangle and the Elite?
For everybody with a bucket.
Eat like a king who's on the budget. 3 tasty options, fries, drink, and nuggets, all for $5. Wait, that can't be right. Just confirm that that's the real price. Hey, have it your way.
Fear. It's in our nature. It defines who we become. Run, and it will chase you to the ends of the world. Fight, and it will reveal your true potential. The choice is yours.
Wait, for the jewel.
This is Jobber Hand Select. It's more than just a hearing aid. It's a smart hearing solution that makes hearing aids more convenient and less expensive. With Jobber Hand Select, better hearing doesn't have to start in a doctor's office. It starts with our free online hearing test. From there, you can fine-tune your settings with your remote audiology team 7 days a week, so your hearing aids work when it matters most. Jobber Hand Select hearing aids cost thousands less than you'd expect, so hearing well is easier than ever. Try it risk-free for 100 days. Visit jobberenhance.com.
Guys, today, I want you to find a mirror and take a hard look.
I like looking in the mirror. I didn't like seeing pictures of myself.
If you don't like what you see, do something about it. Get Nutrisystem for Men. With hearty inspirations meals, bigger dinners, and lunches. You control hunger for up to 5 hours. Plus, new fuel shakes that double the power of protein.
I lost 55 pounds.
Look in the mirror and change what you see with Nutrisystem for Men. Hurry and get today's special deal.
Back to the action. Jungle Hook and Jungle Boy taking on the Firms, Big Bill and Lee Moriarty, who, I mean, he's wrestled a lot on Dark and Dark Elevation and Rampage, but really don't see him on Dynamite that much. Of course, Big Cass, Big Bill, debuted for AEW last May. It was a one-off at the time. Tag made, here comes Hook. Nice big clothesline. And then a suplex cover, 1, 2, and then a breakup. But then, you know, they brought him back, and, you know, he's on full time, and there's the height difference. Hook standing up to Big Bill, and he's gonna pick him up, but he can pick him up again. Third time might be the charm. Tag made. Jungle Boy's legal. As Jungle Boy with the kick, I might add as well. Off the top rope now, Jungle Boy drop kick to the back of Big Bill, and then another suplex. But Jungle Boy is legal. Jungle Boy is a legal competitor. What the fuck? Yeah. Can't believe what just happened. Holy shit chant from the crowd. Hook as well. But here comes Moriarty from behind. Match continues. Quick roll up. At least he knows who's legal. 1, 2. Kick out. Another quick roll up. 1, 2, and a kick out as well. You know, normally they, you know, go into pin the other guy. There's a headlock. Hook, as Moriarty taps out, goes to Big Bill, and Jungle Boy picks up the win for Jungle Hook. Jungle Hook. I mean, it's pretty tough with Jungle Boy and Hook. I mean, you had Hookhausen with Hook and Danhausen. That's pretty simple. I mean, Jungle Hook is, you know, I guess as well. I'm just kind of used to it. You know, it's not like Shark Boy and Lava Girl. They could have like Hook Boy. They already have Jungle Boy. Yeah, Jungle Hook probably does sound better. But yeah, Hook and Jungle Hook pick up the win as thought. And, yeah, they're gonna keep them together as a tag team. I mean, Jungle Boy. There's Danhausen. Speak of the devil. As Renee will interview Orange Cassidy. Nice Robert Duvall shirt. Lucky Ned Pepper. They're going to show it off on Rampage. What's in this box? He just said Hauser. I think it's the same. Maybe we're related. Orange Cassidy. Yeah, big fan. Best friends. There's best friends. There's tension, you can tell. So they'll put hands in. We're doing the thing, says Renee. And the box as well. On 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3, and then Jesus Christ. Yeah, wacky's probably the right word. From Spooky Boy. We'll hear from JS tonight. Is that women's tag match up next, though? That's still to come tonight, they say. And Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, Saray, and we'll see if it's Tony Storm or not. Yeah, Danielson Takeshita's next. Yeah. And remember, Brian has to win every match from now until mid-February to be able to challenge MJF then at Revolution early March for the world title, which he will. But they'll go to break, and yeah, that backstage interview had to have been one of the most awkward segments in pro wrestling in quite a while. Like it started strong, sort of off the rails, got back on track, but then like the ending was just like, what the fuck? Everybody was just standing there not doing a damn thing, and then they didn't cut. So I don't know if they had sped up with what they were saying and they had time to kill, or just that, yeah. Like I said, yeah, as they mentioned, wacky. Taz with the drop, yeah, to describe it the best, no doubt about it. Yeah, that was just just weird, wacky, whatever word you want to put to it. Man, that was just, I don't know what to say. That was messed up. As I'm sure they're laughing about it right now. Like, what the fuck just happened? But well, we're almost about an hour or so in. Yeah, 45 minutes. So, we'll see what happens. But next, as mentioned, we'll have Brian Danielson and Takeshita one-on-one. That should go to the top of the hour. We still got 2 more hear from talking segments with MJF and JAS. The women's tag match, plus the main event that they're, you'd have to think, going to give a good amount of time. Might have an overrun with it as well. So we're probably a good 45 minutes, close to an hour or so away from that. They'll probably give it 20 minutes. They'll probably, right at 9:40 after the preview for Rampage and next week on Dynamite, get into the entrances and then go from there. Half hour would be even better, give them a lot of time. I mean, but the thing is, it's the 7th match in the best 7 series with trios, not one-on-one. What else can they do? I mean, it's a ladder match. Okay, we're going to have a lot of spots, but we've seen a lot, and it's been weekly, minus, I believe, 2 weeks. They didn't have the matches. Renee now backstage with the Elite. There's not been a best of 7 series in the Forum since '88. So, Yeah, they tie in basketball in that regard. As there's the trios titles high in the air, so you're going to have to climb the ladder and grab them to win, but that's still coming tonight in the main event, Death Triangle and the Elite. What's next? Oh, here comes Takeshita. Take Sheeta. Take shit A. But Koneshike Takeshita, as he's making his 2023 AEW debut. Of course, he's wrestled with the company recently. Went back to Japan, but just recently signed on with AEW full-time. So he could be a, homegrown talent for AEW a couple years from now, you think about it. If they play their cards right. Oh, shit. Rather than Bryan Danielson coming out to take on Takeshita, here comes MJF. So they're going to have this before the match. Because, well, hell, he might even be on commentary. But he's got a mic in his hand, so we'll shut up and let him talk. See what he has to say. But cut my music. There's the Triple B. He kisses the Dynamite Diamond Ring as well. But remember, yeah, Bryan has to win every match to face MJF down at Revolution. As here's MJF. As now he's going to get into the ring. So we'll see what he has to say. There's a sign that says MJF is better than me and I know it. And I mean, couldn't even be more true. Is he going to call Tony Khan a fucking mark again tonight? They're in LA. Takeshita's a big deal. He's a good wrestler. He is. Aubrey Edwards is in the ring. Me. Yep. That's how it is on some other wrestling shows. You just got to fast forward until the good stuff.
So now, correct me if I'm wrong here. Your name's on the tip of my tongue. I believe it's
Take a shitta?
Is that right? Did I get it right? Well, do me a favor, bud. Try not to take one in your pants tonight. I really need you to win this match.
Try not to take one of your pants tonight. I got to have you win this match. What? Crowd loves it. Wow, says MJF. And I thought Bryan Danielson was a bad public speaker. Speak American. MJF, kind of a little racist tonight. Takeshita told MJF to kiss his ass. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? He pushes him back. And Aubrey backing him up. Want him out of the ring. Yeah, we still got the match. Alright. Bryan's going to come out and interrupt him. But Maxi Pad chant. All right. He calls the crowd nerds. He said it. That's right. He said it. There's a rumor. He's afraid. He's afraid he can't last an hour. And then, yeah, dummy. You ask your mom, your sister, and your skank girlfriend just how long MJF lasts. Good God. That's right. He's the real Iron Man, he says. Pinning shoulders on mats. And good God. Did I offend you people? California is, full of Democrats. Yes chant for Bryan Danielson. He asked for it there. All irrelevant. Got some celebrities and quotes in the house. Ken Jeong is front row. Is he going to get involved in MJF tonight? Mr. Chow in the Hangover. Yeah, let's go jump naked out of the back of the car. Almost. Dr. Ken. It got canceled. It's not Jerry Seinfeld sitting next to him. Freddie Prinze Jr. is on the front row as well. Wonder what WW and A&E thinks of that. They don't care. He's free to do what he wants. A Freddie chant. Anybody want a Scooby snack? Yep, so was I. We're not dinosaurs just yet. As he tips his drink. He played a supporting role to a CGI talking dog in Scooby-Doo. And Freddie Prinze Jr. is a Scooby-Dooby-Dooby douchebag, says MJF. So, roll that doobie. Taz next caliber losing it on commentary. Not over my dead body, it says, for the Iron Man match. This is good. It's always good when MJF's on the mic. His name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and he's better than you, and you know it. Yep. Crowd finished it for him. Now here comes Bryan. And we'll have the match with Bryan Danielson and Takeshita. So this will be the 9 o'clock hour. Still got to hear from JS, the women's tag match, and then the main event with the trios titles on the line. Bryan runs down to the ring, and Jeff runs out. If JR's on commentary, he'd be saying, there he goes, like the scalded dog he is. You ain't making it past week 1. Takeshita's going to beat you. But we'll have Bryan Danielson and Takeshita one-on-one now on Dynamite with Aubrey Edwards, your official referee. Bell rings, match underway, and here we go. Miss on the kick, headlock off the ropes. Shoulder tackle. Yeah, Bryan Danielson, arguably one of the best wrestlers in the world. You know, the thing is with Takeshita, he's raw. You know, he's got a lot of talent. This commentary tonight's like you'd hear on Dark Elevation. They cannot whatsoever maintain their composure. But yeah, like I said, Takeshita, honestly, they could, build him up, and he could honestly become a homegrown talent for AEW. looking forward to seeing if that happens, though. We'll see. And now Brian standing on the backs of the legs of Takeshita. Now he has him hooked by the nose. Now grabbing the wrist and pulling him back. And now he's going to really pull on him. Yep. There you go. And now has him in the air. Hopefully this ain't a quick match. Hopefully they give it time. Nice forearm. There's another forearm. Third one might have been the worst. Brian holding his jaw. There's a chop. Another chop. Third time's a charm as well on that. So, yeah, forearms, the chops, the staring each other down. Now back to it. Oh, man, those chops, especially live, if you're there and you hear it, there's some, man, that, good God. Even watching at home, you know, they come through. Come on. What do you got? Yeah, those chops of any wrestling move, I'd have to think, have to hurt the worst. That was a nice move. He's not that big of a guy. I mean, he's got about, I mean, he's about the same size, I think, as Nakamura. He off the ropes and then sort of went flying on a dive, and now in control of Bryan Danielson here. There's a kick to the gut. And now DDT, or vertical suplex there. Armbar. Yeah, so the new look last week, you know, still getting used to it tonight, of course. The only thing different tonight compared to last week, though, they added, it's the barricade. I don't know why they didn't have that ready for last week, though, unless, you know, they just wanted to see how it looked and then they change it if... You know, they're going to change it, which they did. It's a, you know, updated design. It's an updated look, and you got to evolve. You know, anybody knows that, especially in pro wrestling. We'll hear from Chris Jericho still to come later tonight as well as JS. You know, him more than anybody through the years, along with a few others. You know, from just character to look. 1, 2, kick out at 2.5. Match continue here. You just gotta. Of course, got to give something, you know, new to the fans every once in a while, because then if you don't, it gets stale. You got to, you know, give them, you know, also something to talk about. I mean, last week, I know what I said, but it's just overall going to take some time to get used to it. That's all it is. You know, we've just been so used to it, the way it has been, you know, since they started up until now. A couple big chops there as Brian's on his knees, and I thought maybe okay, you know, just be for Dynamite, because then Rampage was live last week. Let alone if it was taped, we still want to find out on TV until when it aired. unless you'd see stuff online, but you didn't because it wasn't taped, it was live then. And everything, you know, honestly stayed the same. So we'll see how much now this week, if anything changes from, I mean, it's just graphics is all it is. But then now that, which they don't have a Tron on the barricade, like WWE inserted this past year in the corners now. Match going to continue in picture. More chops, and Brian's chest is starting to get really beat red, and he's bleeding there a little bit, it looks like. But yeah, overall, it's just going to take time to get used to it, you know, because we were just so used to it, you know, looking at it the way it was. So leave it at that. But like I said, with that being different night in the barricade, it does seem like there's more space ringside, you know. And when I say more space, I mean a good couple feet, but it also might just be the arena. It just, you know, it depends on the situation, you know. Because then they'll have their setup, and then they'll have, you know, at least on the floor with that seating arrangement, you know, which everything for the most part's, you know, going to be the same. Normally it's on the sides on how many rows back they can go to the part it, you know, starts to go up then. But same mats, it seems like there's more space ringside tonight. Maybe not, but it just seems that way. At least on the aerial shot when they zoomed out, you know, looking down at it, just felt like, I mean, I'm not there. I mean, if you're sitting front row or at any wrestling event, the ring, yes, on TV is going to look 10 times bigger than it is actually in person. That's just a fact. But then if you're sitting front row, well, then everything's just right there in front of you, and then everything looks 10 times bigger, you know, than it would if you're sitting, you know, wherever else, you know, you'd sit in the arena if you're there. But then on TV, it's going to look the way it looks week in and week out. It's how they display it. So split screen commercial here. Power Slap going to continue. It'll debut now next Wednesday. Of course, Dana White's name's involved with the show. I thought it was supposed to be hosting. But then, of course, there's that video of him slapping his wife on New Year's, and, you know, backlash from that, and rightfully so. And then, you know, people want to, you know, cancel him, but, I mean, they tried to cancel Vince. It worked for, what, 6 months? And now he's back, so, I mean, come on. MJF looking on backstage. But, you know, Dana White, of course, in charge of the UFC. But here's Takeshita. Powerbomb Brian. They go over the top rope. And then he falls ringside. And then a running knee. Oh, shit. That's a botch. He landed on his fucking side. And now he's holding his left knee. Fuck, that hurt. That was completely off center. At least they landed on, it looks like something soft, like a carpet. Holy shit, Chant. There's a vertical suplex now. Oh, brain buster. Right there on the mat. Yeah, they landed on some carpet there. But it didn't look like they were aligned, and then it, you know, sort of went off track there a little bit, and they landed the way they landed. But it seems like Brian will be okay. Takeshita now off the top rope. Off the top of the top rope, far side though in the middle. And then does a flip. Looked like a moonsault of some sorts. Then Brian got his knees up and now has him in a crossface. And Takeshi's probably going to tap out here. No? I'm trying to get a rope break. Now I'm going to try to lock it back in. He's still trying to fight. Yeah. There's a rope break. All right. Has to break it, and the match will continue here. This is awesome, chant. This has to be, no doubt about it, thus far, the best match of the show. We'll see if that holds up to the main event, though. There's a forearm on the reversal. Brian saying no. Punches him back. Boo and yay. Yeah, Aubrey's got gloves on. Brian's been bleeding from the chest here since before the break. Good God, just forearms to the face. There's a nice big clothesline. So they're both down and out, and looks like Takeshi's going to get back to his feet first. But here comes probably a running knee, I'd have to think, by Brian. Just like out of nowhere, probably. AEW chant, but Takeshi up in the corner. Brian moves as now he's just going to elbow him in the side of the head. More so like the neck, upper chest area. Takeshi now has Brian up on his shoulders. But then a quick roll up. Oh, shit, that could have been him. Oh, fuck. Right on his fucking head. I'll say that could have been dangerous. Then it got worse, it looked like. And then suplex into a pin, 1-2, and a kick out. How the fuck did... God damn. Brian fighting back. More elbows, and there's a punch to the back of the neck. Another suplex, but he lands on his feet. Here comes the running knee. That running knee misses. Brian from the corner. That running knee connects. Here comes the cover. 1, 2. Well, shit, kick out. All right. That probably should have been it, but the match will continue. Crowd loving it. Yeah, this is by far the best match of the night. And now Brian gonna stomp him in. Does seem like the ramp's longer too. That's why, just like I said, depends on the situation, depends on where they are. Setup's gonna be the same, but I guess the space-wise, give or take, a couple feet here or there on the show. So another crossface locked in, and they'll ring the bell, and that does it. Bryan Danielson defeats Takeshi tonight on Dynamite, and who's his next opponent going to be next week? He has to win every week from now until mid-February. I believe the 8th or the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. And then Revolution will be early March. If Brian wins every match from now until then, which he will. He'll then face MJF for the world title in a 60-minute Iron Man match. At the show, there's MJF backstage watching on the TV. Brian now helping Takeshi up. And they celebrate together. Handshake. And we still got 2 more matches, and a segment from the JAS, which is going to be the co-main event, it looks like, because up next is the women's tag match with Jamie Hayter, who's the women's world champion for whatever reason, and Britt Baker. Oh, shit. Juice getting interviewed backstage. Of course, Tony Storm. He's here for a few reasons. He's going to kick ass and take names and win championships.
So that brings me to you, Darby Allin.
He's going to go after Darby.
You want an open challenge?
You want an open challenge?
Well, here I am right here, rock hard, Juice Robinson, and I want to challenge you
Friday on Rampage. Okay. Yeah, so the TNT title is going to be on Rampage now every week, and good. It should be. Back to you, says Renee. But we'll see if Toni Storm, who's Juice's spouse, here she comes, is actually going to be Paige Saraya's partner in this match or not. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. I think everybody does. But yeah, Juice was a couple one-offs in AEW, and then he, recently signed on full-time. So him and Tony are together. Here comes Saraya, who debuted in AEW back at Grand Slam in September. Yeah, she's only wrestled one time. Back at Full Gear, beat Britt Baker. Of course, she's battled injuries in her past, but now teaming up with Toni Storm for the time being. We'll see if she's actually going to be her partner or not. I think Sheeta's going to come out and screw her over, hurt her, and then Paige's going to be by herself. And then we'll see if somebody comes out to help Saraya or not. And then, she'll be getting beat up by Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, then somebody's coming out. And is it going to be boss time tonight or not? We'll see. But here comes the Doctor. Punk's Tony Phil's favorite wrestler. And Britt Baker, DMD. And we are Penn State. From the Rose Bowl last Monday to the National Championship game a few nights ago as well. Also in LA, or in LA still for Dynamite. And yeah, they've been, they were at least. They haven't recently. I guess haters are going to hate. They just love Jamie Hayter. Seemingly sort of the same reason I like Toni Storm and a few other the women wrestlers. There's Reba, Rebel as well. But, it seemed like they were going to feud. And then they haven't done anything with it yet. And now, in the meantime, she's women's champion for whatever fucking reason. She won that title at Full Gear as well. So, a women's tag match next. It'll be Saraya and Toni Storm. But that's a big question mark for her. If it's actually going to be her in this the whole way or not. Along with, as they'll take on Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter with Reba Rebel. Ringside, who, is honestly just there. She doesn't wrestle. She's just there. So we'll see what happens. But the bell rings and away we go. Some people are going to be pissed if this goes through. Not me. I care less. If it's going to be Toni Storm, no offense to her, but, there's been speculation on who her partner is going to be. And they announced it last week rather than a surprise. And then now you get to tonight and, we'll see if it goes through the whole way or not. Like I said, some people are going to be pissed if it is Toni Storm and not who they think, let alone want it to be. But you don't always get what you want, let alone need, okay? Quit your fucking bitching. Plain and simple. She's not that good to begin with. And she's not even in this match, let alone ringside. She's just a fan favorite, okay? And if you know, you know. But we'll see. There's Big Chop. Another Big Chop, shit. And Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm are best friends. They're both from Australia. There's a nice big drop kick. Of course, Paige, Saraya from the UK, Britt from Central Pennsylvania. But Paige tags in, I believe. Takes her out ringside. Gonna throw her back in. There's a couple knees to the chest. Maybe, Brad Maddox or Up, Down, Downs, Xavier Woods will be, maybe both of them, for that matter, will be Paige Saraya's tag team with an emphasis on tag team partner tonight in this match. There's a takedown and a cover. 1, 2, kick out. This crowd's dead. This crowd is fucking dead. Okay, next Wednesday they'll be in Fresno, up in wine country. And then the Bluegrass State, and then OHIO. And then they go to Texas. They'll be in Laredo and El Paso. And then it's Phoenix. They must hate Albuquerque, New Mexico, for whatever fucking reason. And if you know there, you know as well. They had a show booked early 2020. COVID hit. They have not made it back up yet. They've made everything else up. They just hit Denver and Seattle for the first time. They were in Salt Lake City the night everything went down. Yeah, these barricades are new. At least they look and sound new. They might still just be the metal. Here comes Sheeta. Yeah, here comes Sheeta. She'll be attacking Toni Storm here, and then Paige Saraya is probably going to be by herself. Or maybe she's her partner, for all we know. No, but then they'll be in the Bay Area. Be in San Fran for a couple shows, including Revolution. Sacramento, I believe, up to the Great White North. They're going to go to a split screen commercial here, picture in pictures. They're fighting in the ring and fighting ringside, so we'll get back to the action here shortly. So if anything's going to happen, it's going to be after this break. So we'll see if anything does happen. But women's tag match continues on Dynamite. And then it's where to after that? Yeah, they're in Winnipeg, which will be big for Jericho and Omega for sure. We'll see if they, do something with them too then. Go back to Alpha and Omega from New Japan a couple years ago. Still to come to the JAS in the main event with Chris Jericho. Hearing from them, and then the Elite going up against Death Triangle for the World Trios in the main event. So, I believe it's Midwest, Kansas City, St. Louis, and then back east in Long Island. And we'll see if we get any other new announcements tonight for April, May, potentially. They're doing it 3 months ahead of time now, rather than the 2 that they were previously announcing them. From say now to mid-March, we would just now be finding out they'd be going to Canada for the second time, which we've known that now for what? Probably a month or so, almost 2 months. Yeah, 2.5, 3 months, give or take in advance now rather than 2. And yeah, we'll be looking at mid-April, seeing if they announce anything or not.
I occasionally get bladder leaks.
And as always, thank you for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media, links in the description below. And be sure to keep an eye out for upcoming videos live right here on the YouTube channel as well. College football season over with, but the NFL continues with playoffs beginning this weekend, and then professional wrestling, of course, all year. So be sure to subscribe, notification bell next to it as well, stay up to date, and we'll get back to the action shortly as they go from a split screen to a full screen commercial, and we'll see if something happens here with a debut or a return of some sorts in the women's division for AEW. I mean, Adam Cole's return's been the biggest pop of the night. The best match of the night has been what we just saw with Bryan Danielson and Takeshita. I feel like that's why this crowd's dead for this women's tag match now. Still here from the JS. And then the main event's Death Ladder match with Death Triangle and the Elite for the World Trios titles. So I think the Elite would have to win. They were, the inaugural champs, had them taken from them, returned, lost, now the best 7, and yeah, it's only a matter of time. Tags made. Here comes Paige, Saraya, clotheslining, Brett Baker, who they had a one-on-one match at Full Gear. Now into the corner. So Sheeta's actually in Saraya and Storm's corner now. Cover, 1, 2, kick out. This is my house, says Paige, Saraya, and then Britt kicks her. And then, well, quick roll up after all that, which wasn't much, and then a knee, cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. And then into the corner, elbow tag made. Oh, shit. And then a DDT from Tony Storm after the rear view in the corner. 1, 2, and a kick out. And then a sharpshooter before Jimmy Hayter kicks her and breaks it up. As her and Britt have matching attires tonight. I can't make out what the red dots that they look like are on the gear, but yeah, just a bunch of red and white. Honestly, well, maybe 101 Dalmatians if you think about it. Cruella de Vil. As Britt's legal, Tony's up on the corner. Yeah, I think honestly that is supposed to be an ode to that. Vertical suplex in the corner, and more like a botch, but it still was executed enough to pin, and then kick out. Tag made. Here comes Jamie Hayter. And then double forearm to the front and the back. And then a rock bottom to the knee. Cover. Here comes Saraya to break it up. And then a double kick at the same time. So Britt throws her out of the ring. Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm legal. Yeah, this crowd's dead. Suplex. And then a pile driver cover. 1, 2. Britt breaks it up. And now Saraya beating up on Britt Baker. Punches. And now DDT. More of a twisting, whatever the hell that was supposed to be, and then a kick. Yeah, there's been a couple botches in this match, to say the least. A couple punches. Boos and yays. They're trying to get the crowd back into it. This crowd's been dead quiet since this match started. Just completely out. But after a barn burner right beforehand, I mean, what do you expect? Ooh, shit, double. And they both fall down. Reba, Rebel, getting in the ref's face. Sheeta throws the kendo stick in. Britt Baker grabs it. And then right to the back of Tony Storm, and then throws it out of the ring. So Sheeta helping out Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter with a cover 1, 2, 3 on Tony Storm, and they win the match. And Tony Storm was, in fact, Saraya's tag team partner tonight. And now Sheeta's in disbelief, like, what the hell just happened? Like, I didn't mean to do that. But then that'll have a feud with Sheeta and Tony Storm. So they go this route rather than what people would have liked to have happened. I don't really care either way. And then you can still have, Saraya Page go after the world title. They need to, but they don't need to at the same time. They've teased it, but they haven't done anything with it yet. Britt and Jimmy Hayter to go at it. And then, Saraya in the mix as well, along with other women in women division, including on Rampage. We'll have Anna JAS in tag action. We'll hear from the Acclaimed, so Scissor Me. And we'll see what they have to say. Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. Santana, of course, still injured. They'll take on Malachi and Brody, along with Buddy. Kings of the Black Throne. Here's an Eddie Kingston promo as they're promoting their tag team match on Rampage. 9:30 here. We still got the segment with JAS. Hear from them. Whether that's going to be in the ring or backstage, we'll see. And then the main event. Be there Friday, meaning be there in about 45 minutes or so when they start taping. We'll hear from the Golden Globe winner and Paul Walter Hauser as well, as he was backstage earlier. Darby and Juice for the TNT Championship. Next week, Bryan Danielson will take on Bandito. Jake Hager and Ricky Starks as well. And then more matches will be announced on Rampage for Dynamite next week. Up next, we're going to hear from the JS, Jericho Appreciation Society, dressed in purple. And now here come the sports entertainers. Chris Jericho, along with Daniel Garcia, who you'd think they'd be feuding sometime soon, as the crowd sings along to Judas. There's 2.0, Jake Hager, and then the women as well with Sammy and Anna Jay and Tay. So they come out in all gold jackets rather than the purple that they were advertised in. They only wore that purple, I believe, once as they, are in full sync mode. They laid out Ricky Starks in action very last week on Dynamite. Jericho's lost recently, but picked up a few wins. They attacked him post-match, but we'll see what he has to say here. But the Judas in his mind, what is he becoming? It's gold, but it has, is that penny? Like a faint rainbow color to it, as well as they all spin around and spin back around again. They're going to rip off their pants, but they all have pants on underneath. All right, whatever the hell that was for then. Oh, yeah. So it's 2.0. Damn, we look good, don't we? 2.0, of course, formerly in NXT. LA's JS's town. They're the Saints of Los Angeles. They're a motley looking crew, if you will. What the fuck? Sure. What makes your nipples hard there, dude? Jake Hager makes his nipples hard. I'm surprised they didn't have either Anna Jay or Tay ask that question. Boo all you want, but it's true.
In the Jericho Appreciation Society's history, man.
One of the best weeks in JAS's history. Of course, Jericho and AEW.
PWG Battle of Los Angeles.
So they bring up the PWG Battle of LA.
The surprise appearance heard
Yeah, they had a surprise appearance.
Rampage Friday night, and they are gonna kick Will on Ruby's ass in a street fight.
Oh, the street fight in the women's tag team division Friday on Rampage.
You are the street fight, damn it!
What?
But most importantly of all, like Daddy Magic said, Ricky Starks powerbomb through a table. Action Andretti sent back to the minor leagues. We win.
I can't believe.
Ricky Starks experiment is a
What's his name? Daddy Magic asks, do you want to know what makes my nipples hard? But here comes Ricky Starks. And just how he cuts promos, like, it's different, to say the least. Here comes Starks and Action Andretti, who last name-wise is once again in the wrong sport. But he'll do his stupid-ass pose, and so this is going to be basically nothing.
I'm looking at a group full of a bunch of idiots who couldn't get the job done last week when you put me through a table. Because guess what? Your boy Stark Daddy is standing tall right now.
All right. He's still standing.
Oh, you might be standing tall, Ricky, but what's with Oliver Twist right here?
Oliver Twist.
May I have some more? This orphan over here. Go
He calls Action Andretti an orphan.
Chris, shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up, he tells him.
Before I come take that baseball bat and shove it up your ass.
He's going to shove Floyd, the baseball bat, up Jericho's ass if he doesn't shut up.
Don't you ever disrespect him like that.
And then Garcia saying, hey, don't you ever disrespect him like that. As he is, for whatever fucking reason, has two mics in his hands. No? Sammy can't even keep control over his own wife. And he can't control where his wife's hands go either. And those hands last week are right in between my legs. So Sammy Guevara is flipping shit. Just call him a chia pet. Oh my God. Sports entertainers. I think he just called him a chia pet, right? So from here on out, Action Andretti's chia pet. Yeah, put a muzzle on him. Shut him up. Starks has something to say. Jasshole 1, Jasshole 2. Where's Dr. Seuss at? We need him. Move aside. Jasshole, asshole chant from the crowd now. Yeah, Hager's standing right behind him. And next week on Dynamite, as already announced, it'll be Ricky Starks and Jake Hager. Yeah, stupid purple hat.
Yeah, that's right. You 6'5", dumb, purple, helmet-wearing idiot. I got a lot of
Purple wearing
You know what's funny? You
helmet idiot.
collegiate athlete, and then you get with Chris Jericho, and now you are the village idiot. That
Village idiot.
is a shame.
He's still got that done. Well, he's going to have that. Regardless, he's with Jericho or not, he's had his whole fucking life. But he puts them down because, of course, he has the list. Jack Swagger, Jake Hager. What's he going to say? I like this hat, he says. Got the fucking hat over. Good God. Yeah, but what have you done in AEW lately? Nothing. He's gonna slap his face off of his face. Does that even make any sense? I don't think so. I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna help you with your speech impediment. I'm gonna. He's absolute. Can we have a spelling bee next week with Ricky Starks and Jake Hager other than a match? Can we have Mike Tyson preside? So up next, the main event, match 7 of the World Trios Tag Team Tournament. They've done since Full Gear with Death Triangle and the Elite. It'll be Escalara de la Muerte, which means ladder of death. Death ladder. So it'll be a ladder match for the World Trios Tag Team titles, in which the Elite inaugurally won back at All Out in September, but then were suspended and stripped of those titles, following what happened after All Out with the press conference and the locker room brawl. As, of course, they made fun of that a little bit with dog biting their opponents in matches since. But they had this match as the final at All Out. The Elite won. And then shortly then after, Death Triangle won. I believe that video from them winning is live right here on YouTube channel. I believe I saw that. I believe it was that Wednesday on Dynamite. Post fallout of All Out, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been 2 weeks later at Grand Slam, though. But just be sure to check out those videos. Keep an eye out for upcoming ones, as always. But they've held the titles regardless ever since September. And then the Elite came back. They've been carrying on since Full Gear. They surprisingly lost the rematch. But then they announced at Full Gear, oh shit. Okay, here we go. We're going to have a best of 7 series over the next, give or take 7 weeks. It's been 9 weeks, honestly, because there's 2 weeks that they didn't have them. But, from this type of match to this type of match, here we are match 7 now, and a ladder match for gold, in which the Elite, I'd have to think, are going to win them back. We'll see, though. Of course, Omega just won the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, too, from the Lost Prayer last week at Wrestle Kingdom. So, you hope, both titles be double champ like the Bastard Pac was for a short time there as well, the AEW All-Atlantic title. I might add that he since lost and now belongs to Orange Cassidy. That box had Kip Sabian challenge for last week, but that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, just tie it together here. Match 7 in the main event next. Best of 7 from the post Full Gear Dynamite until now. It's 3-3, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Let alone 3 seconds left. Down 1, 2, need a 3 to win. We'll see if anybody hits a home run as well, but it's time for the main event. So, looks like there's been enough talk. And this is the final match in the best of 7 for the World Trios Tag Team titles. Escalara de la Muerte, Death Ladder of Death. And we're going to carry on with Kenny Omega and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. As of course, Omega once again is your new IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion as well. And we're not going to cry no more because they should win. First time we're seeing the Elite with the new entrants. Because remember last week they weren't on the show because Omega was over in Japan beating Ospreay. The Bucks, as there's Brandon Cutler for BTE. Michael Nakazawa might add it as well with Don Callis. But yeah, the Elite should win here. They were down 2-0. It's 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, and then they tied it 3-3 recently 2 weeks ago. Didn't have a match last week, and now here we are tonight. And Omega's hair, he's got the yellow back in it a little bit. It's been all black for, a while. Because, he had returned from injury. They win, and then they get suspended. And then he's back again, and, voila, here we go. Here comes Death Triangle. Pac and the Lucha Brothers, Penta and Rey Fenix. But we'll have officially about 15 minutes for the main event, with a commercial break probably in about 5 minutes or so. And then we'll see if we get an overrun. And then there's their stupid-ass manager that doesn't do a damn thing. Alex Abrahantes, who does the fucking Dynamite pre-show with Dasha. And there's Pac in his Batman mask. Yeah, the Elite should be winning this, I think. And if they don't, I'd be surprised. Are we going to have a big ending? We'll see. But here we go. Zayto Miedo. There's ladders. There's tables set up. How many big spots are we going to get? And how many are going to go wrong is the question. Hopefully not a lot for that latter part, but L-A-T-T-E-R, not D. Yeah, game 7, match 7. Bell rings, match underway, and here we go. Omega working Pac, Bucks working the Lucha Brothers. And I'd have to think the Elite are going to win this match. This is actually today's question of the day. Poll on social media on Facebook and Twitter, so be sure to vote. Let me know in the comments below. And once again, thanks for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Rick Knox, once again, as always, for an Omega or Young Bucks match, is your official referee. 17-hour jet lag, says Don Callis, for Omega coming back from Wrestle Kingdom last week. Zayto Miedo into the corner. And then a super kick to the face. There's a clothesline. There's a drop kick to the back. And then off the ropes. Pop-up powerbomb, but then he reverses it and goes face first. Reversal over the top rope. And then nice cutter. Nice frog splash. No pinfalls, no submissions. So you got to climb the ladders, grab the titles to win. So nobody's, at this point yet, maybe now, gone ringside to start grabbing shit. Yeah, here we go with the ladder. The tallest ladder, it looks like it's far side. Omega gets a ladder shot there. There's a suicide dive and a flip. A drop kick to the ladder as well to take them out. Young Bucks. A little corkscrew over the top rope. As they stare down the camera, they're going to grab the ladder themselves, slide it into the ring. The Elite. The Elite. Yeah, that ladder should be tall enough. The one far side, though, like I said, it's already set up on the floor, looks to be the tallest. Nice face first. Splash there. Climbing. They'll probably get a couple ladders set up. They'll all be up there on each side. So there's 3 ladders for the 6 of them. You know, 1 on each side. And there'll be some close calls on, okay, they're going to grab them, but they're not actually going to. I mean, it's a fucking ladder match. Off the ladder, I might add, yeah. Now they're climbing up. Omega from behind pulls them down. Nice suplex there. They're going to try to reposition the ladder in the middle of the ring. Now climbing up is Omega, but he gets pulled down from behind. Another suplex. And now, well, fuck the ladder getting set up. He's going to push it down and prop it up against the top rope. The Bad Boy Pistons. Drop kick off the top rope. Suplex, no. Suplex, yes. Rather than a vertical, goes to the Snapdragon. And Omega, he's got his sight set over the top rope. Oh shit, he moves and Omega goes through the table. Splash through the table as well. God damn. And the main event's going to continue. They'll go to picture in picture, and we got about 10 minutes. Yeah. But once again, to win this match, you got to climb the ladder to win. You got to climb the ladder to win. Nakazawa checking in on Omega, but Lucha Brothers push him away. They promote Rampage. As for whatever reason, they're showing off replays during the split screen commercial break that probably nobody's paying attention to. And it was just the 2 table shots that, you know, Omega, as Pac moved out of the way, he went through it, and then Pac was on the other table, and then one of the Bucks splashed through him, so. We'll see who's not going to take it anymore. There's a super kick. The Elite have to win this, though, you'd have to think, right? Because they were inaugural winners, had Tables title, titles taken from them, excuse me. And then surprisingly lost in the rematch at Full Gear and best of 7 cents. Like, Death Triangle's been champs now for, you know, what? 5 months? Like, AEW normally, as I remember this time last year, this is when one of the Lucha Brothers had got hurt in the main event of Dynamite at the start of the new year. And broke something and was out for a while. So hopefully no injuries by any means here. But just overall, you know, because that was a tag team match, or tag team titles then. That, you know, normally they're, I mean, they were not so much recently, but at the same time, yes, it just depends on who it is. You know, at least with the tag titles, it's maybe 3-4 months at best, you know, that they're holding it down. I mean, 5 here because of the best of 7, they're getting by. So yeah, I think the Elite should win this. So we'll go from Dynamite to reruns, but now next week that Power Slap show is debuting.
On Sling TV. Don't store all your crypto under your mattress.
With Sling, be confident you're getting the TV you love for a price you're in. Sling, try us today.
I'll remember that chapter of my life forever. We laughed. We cried. We protected that progressive home run abundant day and night. We left our blood, sweat, and tears in that yard. Well, Jamie did anyway.
Zato Miedo chant. World Trios titles on the line in the main event of Dynamite tonight. Death Triangle and the Elite. Off the top rope. There's a super kick. Stay with the match as long as they need to. If they give it an overrun, they give it an overrun. We'll see. Might go to 10:30. Zato Miedo. Vertical suplex to the ladder. No, they reverse it off the ropes. And then, shit. Fuck, that hurt. It's a fucking ladder.
They're trying to wear each other out, I assume, yeah. These guys are all so athletic. You're really going to be lucky guys to get up the ladder before someone touches it. They're also
AEW chant. Now the Young Bucks going up top again, but Lucha Brothers fighting back. God damn. The back of his legs, not even his back. A little short on it. Ref's checking in on him. Damn. Yeah. And of course, Brandon Cutler with the fucking spray. God damn, that had to hurt. They're going to check on him now ringside. As didn't he just break his ankle anyway? Fight forever chant from the crowd. Now he might have just, what's that? As well, they stomp the ladder. Omega's hands caught. So he sells that. Yeah, your hamstrings. Back your legs. Back your thighs. Right to the edge of the ladder coming off the top rope there. Yeah, that had to hurt, man. Omega from behind as Pac was going to try to climb the ladder. One-winged angel. No, Pac reverses it. Oh, shit. Right on his fucking head. And then a suplex. He's going to come get his spot for sure. Zato Miedo. And they stomp him. And then over the top rope, and they take him out. All right, so now everybody's down and out. Death Triangle going to climb the ladder. Because if they win, maybe somebody comes out to them. You'd have to think the Elite are going to win, though. But maybe then somebody comes out to the Elite, though, too. Maybe it's United Empire. It's Ospreay and company, coming for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. And then for the trios titles as well, then. It's going to be the Elite. It has to be the Elite, man. Couple super kicks. Double super kick. They should be going home here any minute. They catch them. Roll it through. But no pins or submissions count. Yeah, they got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And nobody's really climbed the ladder either. It was at the start of the match after they did what they did to start, and then they got the ladders involved. They climbed, but they haven't climbed since. And now, from the top rope to a table. Now the Young Bucks going to climb. Lucha Brothers from behind, though, as they kick them back. That damn Alex Abrahantes dude pushes the ladder down. Young Bucks, you know, as Brandon Cutler now sprays him in the face. And then Omega with the running knee. Yep. That'll be on BT. Omega going to climb the ladder. But here comes Pac from behind. And then there's a hammer right to the hand of Kenny Omega. And then there's still a table set up that hasn't been broken ringside. But then, God damn, right on the fucking floor. He's lucky he didn't break his fucking back. Pac now gonna climb the ladder. You just have to grab one of the 3 titles and you win. You don't have to grab all 3, you gotta grab one of the 3. Okay, now they set up another ladder from the top rope. In between the one rung of the ladder that's set up in the middle of the ring. You got the Lucha Brothers, all Death Triangle involved there, and only 1/3 of the Elite with half of the Young Bucks. Omega now walking ringside. Gonna get back into the ring. Oh shit, on the fucking ladder. Zato Miedo. And, god damn. And now Rey Fenix climbing the other side, but here comes Kenny Omega from the other side. As somebody actually got a hand on the one title for the first time tonight. Omega gonna one-winged angel off the ladder to the other ladder that's propped up in between. Yes. God. Oh, he does it to the mat rather than to the ladder. And now all he has to do is climb, but here comes Pac off the top rope and his splash, but then Omega gets his knees up. Yeah, so all Omega still has to do here is climb the ladder, which he's going to do just that. Crowd going nuts. Yeah, Kenny Omega climbing the ladder by himself. And they start to zoom in. All he has to do is grab one of the titles and they win. And they're going to. Because, well, he's got one hand on it. He hasn't officially grabbed him just yet. Come on, now he does. As he had some trouble there. But the Elite win. And they're once again your new AEW World Trios champions. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, the Elite, defeat Death Triangle in match 7 tonight. So now who's next for them? Potentially the House of Black, Kings of the Black Throne. Maybe best friends. But the Elite are now 2-time AEW World Trios champions, yeah. Because they were the inaugural, and then Adam Strip came back, lost the rematch, best of 7, and they win that now. Came back. And they'll make a big deal out of it. They were down 3-1 and then came back and won the whole damn thing. Which they did. Which you don't see best of 7 in wrestling. You don't. You see it in other sports in the postseason, but you just don't see it in wrestling. I thought he was going to do that through the ladder. He did it to the mat and then he climbed up and had some trouble, but then they grabbed the titles and now the Elite stand tall on the ladder with their 3 trios titles with Don Callis, along with Brandon Cutler and Micah Nakazawa celebrating as well. But in the meantime, they'll hit the closing credits, and that'll do it for AEW Dynamite tonight. So what a show. Probably the best show of the past 3 weeks. Winter is Coming was the best 3 of Winter is Coming, Holiday Bash, and New Year's Smash, which New Year's Smash is a double then. The crossover of the 5-6 shows then, it's right there in the middle. You go from Winter is Coming to Holiday Bash to New Year's Smash to the new Dynamite last week to tonight. I thought tonight was the best show of the last 3, and then, honestly, probably the best show of the last 5 or 6, even with Winter's Coming. Winter's Coming was good, was better than Holiday Bash, was better than New Year's Smash, but tonight I thought was better than both of those, and then it stacks up with that. Had a lot happen. Adam Cole returned, as Bryan Danielson won his match, I might add, as well. Hangman might have sent Moxley home with an injury himself, I might add. So the Elite are your new AEW World Trios champions at the end of the night, though, defeating Death Triangle in match 7 of the best of 7 series they've had the past almost 2 months now from Full Gear. So we'll see what the future holds for AEW, for professional wrestling in general, with everything that's been going on recently, I might add as well. That we kept quiet on tonight because, like I said at the start, unless, I feel like it, which didn't get around to it and don't feel like talking about it anyway, I honestly don't know what to think. I don't. So leave it at that. And, like I said earlier, stand with no comment at this time. We'll talk about it at a later date. I know we will, but, we're still going to watch AEW Dynamite tonight. It was a damn good show. So don't want that, whether how much, of that was true or false or anywhere in between. Didn't want to have that, affect tonight's show because it was a damn good show. But like I said, overall, I don't know what to think. We'll see what happens. As of course, if you don't know, Vince McMahon's back, and WWE might be going up for sale in a short amount of time. Hell, it might already be sold for all we know. But yeah, I don't know what to think. Let alone don't know what the hell's going to happen. I don't think anybody does. So leave it at that. We'll see what happens. But damn good show by AEW tonight. No new announcements where they're going to be at anytime soon. But leave it at that. So yeah, once again, thanks for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button, share, and thanks for all the chat questions, the comments, super chat, super sticker, super like, super thanks this evening as well. And hopefully tune back in this weekend for more live watch long reactions. NFL playoffs begin. But just overall in the coming days, months, or days, weeks, and months ahead. You got to have a week in a month before you get the month, and then more weeks afterwards. But yeah, be sure to subscribe, notification bell next to it as well, to stay up to date. Like, follow, and subscribe in the description. But yeah, be sure to tune back in the coming days, weeks, and months to come for college football, NFL, and professional wrestling content live right here on YouTube. But in the meantime, once again, that'll do it for myself, for host Encyclopedia Sports, Co-and Luke 96. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below.